Good morning, America, and good morning, Michigan. It's about 3 a.m. and I've been up since just past 2. Got some notifications on the phone that Caracas is being bombed. It looks like that Trump may have finally taken action and acted on his threats to steal oil after the constant lies about Venezuelan drug boats where we've been probably murdering innocent people, probably fishermen and stuff like that. But it looks like now we're gonna go steal the oil, full blast. Um, really in the best position here. One second. I'm just trying to get everything. All right. Yeah. So this isn't like back tail fishing. U.S. attack, which is really disappointing.
Esa mierda, marico. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro,
That's a
cinco,
lot of China. Awful.
Mamajo, qué locura. Moscaí, Moscaí. Mira esa mierda, explotaron allá toda esa mierda, porque tú no estás explotando.
Mierda,
I'm gonna
marico,
go
se
grab my
prendió
phone
el
real
peo
quick.
en esa mierda, yo.
Huevo.
Marico, llegamos a tiempo a la casa, yo.
Marico, mira esa mierda.
My dogs have to go out. I will put on a video. Peace President, everybody. This is your Peace President. That FIFA award. Well earned. Imagine waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and seeing this crap. Orange Festival wants to spill your oil. When did America These bad guys. He's the good guys. Sorry, I look tired. I am tired.
Pues llámame mamá.
Tired.
Vamos bien, Michi. Vamos bien.
Well, at least we're not waiting to start off 2026 with a bang. Hopefully. That's all.
Helicópteros, se escuchan helicópteros a las 8 de la mañana. Están atacando el fuerte Fiuna.
I don't know if anybody needs a chat or if anybody is watching. Let me know. I will go on live in a minute here. All right, guys. I will be back. Find something that's like live. So I'm gonna go let the dogs out real quick.
por la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, que
Let's see what's going on with this guy. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go let my dogs out
en
because they hear me
los
talking,
estados
so I hear them
Miranda,
for the morning.
Aragua y La
Right
Guaira,
back.
en la
I'll have
capital,
glasses on. I'll get some caffeine in me.
plantea que el objetivo no es otro que apoderarse de los recursos estratégicos de Venezuela. Estoy leyendo una cita textual del comunicado. en particular de su petróleo, minerales, intentando la independencia política de la nación. No lo lograrán. Tras más de 200 años de independencia, el pueblo y su gobierno legítimo mantienen firme defensa de la soberanía y el derecho inalienable de decidir su destino. Esto es parte del comunicado que a esta hora está circulando por parte de algunos voceros y canales oficiales de la administración de Nicolás Maduro. En el canal del Estado todavía continuamos, a pesar de una breve interrupción, mostrar este comunicado. La programación continuó como habitualmente de madrugada, así que estamos a la espera ahora de las reacciones que pueda haber por parte de otros funcionarios y dirigentes políticos que la administración de Nicolás Maduro denunciara este ataque, responsabilizando al gobierno de los Estados Unidos.
Lila, ¿me escuchas en esos momentos?
Sí, les escucho perfectamente.
Perfecto, es la información que tenemos hasta este momento, ¿no? Por parte del gobierno de Nicolás Maduro, que están diciendo que sí es una gravísima agresión. ¿Qué más se sabe hasta este momento? Sabemos poca la información que ha llegado.
Bueno, a esta hora, además, la otra cosa que les puedo reportar es que esta madrugada, cuando iniciaron las detonaciones, era una madrugada muy clara, es decir, se podía ver el cielo, las estrellas, y ahora la ciudad capital está cubierta por una bruma, un humo, olor a pólvora, que bueno, podemos atribuir a estas detonaciones que han estado ocurriendo, pero incluso todo el cielo está lleno de esta humareda, producto del incendio que ha habido con estas explosiones.
¿Y qué me puedes decir de los ciudadanos venezolanos a esta hora? ¿Alcanzas a ver algo? ¿Alcanzas a escuchar algo?
Pues la respuesta ha sido distinta dependiendo de la zona. Hay, como por ejemplo en donde yo me encuentro, que no ha tenido detonaciones en la proximidad inmediata. No se han organizado más bien para tratar de ubicar a quien esté solo, a quien necesite compañía, para quizás pasar estos ratos de incertidumbre y de angustia, porque despertarse con un estruendo y las ventanas de tu habitación vibrando, producto de explosiones, y escuchar aeronaves sobrevolando genera mucha angustia y preocupación. Pues la respuesta que hemos visto en zonas como estas es de acompañamiento, pero en zonas aledañas, aledañas a las explosiones, lo que hemos podido verificar es que...
Bueno, amigos, seguimos enviando información antes de volver a conectarnos con esta transmisión. Quiero comentarles también, mis amigos, que a esta hora se reportan, escuchen bien, reportes de detonaciones en los siguientes puntos, cuando son las 4:03 en toda Venezuela. A esta hora se reportan detonaciones en la Escuela Naval, en Fuerte Tiuna. Bueno, los lugares en los que posiblemente los Estados Unidos accionó son los siguientes: Escuela Naval, Fuerte Tiuna, La Carlota, Meseta de Mamo, Casco Histórico, Cuartel de la Montaña, Baruta, Higuerote, El Hatillo y Charallave. Estas fueron las zonas las que cayeron parte de los misiles de los Estados Unidos sobre el territorio venezolano. Seguimos escuchando.
Eliminado o derribado una cantidad de aviones o de naves que transportaban drogas en Venezuela. Estaba felicitando a las Fuerzas Armadas venezolanas por hacerlo, y también dijo en las declaraciones, en una entrevista exclusiva con Telesur, dijo que estaba dispuesto a negociar con Donald Trump y también que estaba dispuesto a abrir de Venezuela a la inversión de Estados Unidos en el petróleo. Sabemos que Venezuela es el país del mundo entero que más reservas petroleras tiene, y muchas de estas reservas están sin explorar. Pero nuevamente, analistas militares y expertos me dicen que ellos no ningún espacio de negociación de Donald Trump con Nicolás Maduro, más allá de negociar los términos de su salida. Donald Trump ha llamado a Nicolás Maduro narcotraficante, dice que es el líder del cártel de los soles, y el gobierno estadounidense considera legítimo. Dicen que el presidente legítimo de Venezuela no es él, que no tienen por qué negociar con él y que se tiene que ir. Trump quisiera, sabemos, él se ha descrito a sí mismo como el presidente de la paz, quisiera que esto fuera una salida limpia, sin baño de sangre, pero es bastante complicado porque si nos remontamos a la Venezuela de los últimos 30 años, son casi 30 años de chavismo, después también de madurismo, que ha sido la continuación del régimen de Hugo Chávez, y tienen el control del ejército, tienen el control de colectivos, y es muy difícil imaginar un escenario en que sería una salida fácil y totalmente pacífica, Marlene.
Así es, Cristina. Y bueno, importante
Bombardeado,
también que el presidente de los Estados Unidos, Donald Trump, lleva meses.
y tengo información en este momento que está fallando el suministro eléctrico en partes del este de Caracas. También fue bombardeado la base militar de helicópteros de Higuerote.
Sí, bueno, hay mucha especulación, ¿no? Hay gente que asegura que ha sido algunos sitios, otra gente dice que ha sido otros, pero hasta ahora la confirmación total de esos puntos, el propio régimen reconoce puntos en Caracas, Miranda, Aragua y La Guaira, pero no sabemos realmente con precisión, ¿no? Fuerte Tiuna, sin duda, ha sido uno de los objetivos, pero porque está ahí el comando, el Ministerio de la Defensa y el Comando de Fuerza Armada. Pero bueno, más allá de eso, sus fuentes, ¿usted considera que son confiables las que le están diciendo esta información?
Totalmente. Tengo una persona que está en Fuerte Tiuna, que es un general, y me acaba de decir que los comandos de Estados Unidos están haciendo una extracción en este momento en Fuerte Tiuna, pero no tenemos conocimiento de qué personas se están llevando de allí. Pues en este momento está pasando eso. Y mi fuente se va a resguardar porque
vamos a regresar
al lado de donde él está,
escúchame,
y quedó
Reyes,
tapado con escombros.
Reyes, vamos a regresar contigo en unos minutos porque tenemos información también importante ahora.
Desde Caracas tenemos a nuestro corresponsal Daniel Garrido. Daniel, te escuchamos.
My Spanish hasn't been good since I was about 19, so American. Oh, well, that's interesting now, isn't it? We've disabled. I don't know if I can go on TikTok. I need to set up a multi-streaming system. It's just uh, I'm very limited what I can do because I can't start spending money until I get this other form filled out on Monday. And being independent running for office is a bunch of hoops you have to run through, plain and simple. I wear my hat all the time. I am bald. Not a shame. Yeah, shave my head. Would have the ring right here. Never want to rock that ever, ever. Like if I ever like get in a car accident and like I have no family left or something, if somebody ever sees this video, like say like 20 years in the future, please find me in the hospital unconscious and come and shave my head like once every like, couple weeks or something, so I never get the horseshoe. Because yeah, I would look ridiculous. I'm about 8 inches taller than my dad, so I kind of got like the Barron Trump, his mom's husband situation, where I'm looking down a lot at my dad ever since that part, but with like a furry creature like just hanging out right here, and I will never do that. Luckily my head's not that goofy shaped. I know I'm getting old, but I will never rock the ring my hair. Good things to be talking about when countries are being bombed for oil. Let's go rob some oil. America F, yeah, which is kind of ridiculous. me do that. Okay, I can do that. All right. And I can. Maybe I can do what I want to do, and that would be pretty cool. Give me 1 second. Not that anybody's watching me at 3 a.m. on a channel. 4 followers on YouTube. Oh, I don't want to shrink it either. Faster there. Where'd you go? That is gnarly, man. I might wig out for a second here. Let me see what's going on. Hmm. So it's not going to let me use. so I'm doing all this stuff. But nobody's watching, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
News Alert, I'm Chanley Painter live in New York. Explosions heard in Caracas, Venezuela overnight. And according to eyewitnesses, the southern area of Caracas.
Alrighty, I'm going to start TikTok real quick. Good morning, everybody. It seems we have crazy breaking news this morning. I posted about it at 2. Let's watch the official report from Real News, Fox News, according to Trump and MAGA. So let's see what they're saying.
This is a Fox News Alert. I'm Chanley Painter live in New York. Explosions heard in Caracas, Venezuela overnight. And according to eyewitnesses, the southern area of Caracas near a military base is without electricity. Airplanes are also reportedly heard in the skies over the Venezuelan capital.
So that right there, we're taking out infrastructure. That's what's happening. Hopefully we're just going to be blowing up stuff, but like this isn't. Oh man, I hope we're not going to do a ground invasion of Venezuela. All right, let's see.
And columns of smoke can be seen in several areas. And according to the Associated Press, at least 7 explosions in low-flying aircraft have been heard. Venezuela's government did not immediately respond to a request for comment. People in various neighborhoods rushed to the streets. Some could be seen in the distance from various areas of Caracas. It follows several months.
Yeah, everybody, this is your first live stream. I really have no idea.
Venezuelan drug boats and the CIA striking
what's happening in Venezuela.
the suspected narco vessels.
News is pretty much pointing out that we're basically taking
This is a Fox News Alert. I'm
key
Chanley
infrastructure,
Painter,
ports,
York.
power
Explosions
grids, stuff
heard
like
in
that.
Caracas, Venezuela overnight. And
Not good.
according to eyewitnesses, the southern area of Caracas military base is without electricity. Airplanes are also reportedly heard in the skies over the Venezuelan capital, and columns of smoke can be seen in several areas. And according
Might be because I'm like streaming from 2 cameras. I should be using a different program, but I apologize for that. If anybody can't hear me or if anything sounds weird, please let me know. I'm streaming live to TikTok and YouTube. I'm just using the web browser right now. I have been having a hell of a time with OBS Studio. Being an independent, I really have to watch how I do anything. So I'm doing everything open source. Luckily, I'm a Linux nerd, so I can get by. But this AV stuff is a little bit new to me. So still trying to figure that out while trying to learn a bunch of other stuff. Like one trip to the bank today. That was found out that the form I got last year had to be filed last year, so now I have to get a form, and then I didn't file a committee form for the state of Michigan, which I everything that I read, it was like, you go do that after you raise $1,000. And so I needed a bank account to do that, but the bank won't start that until you have that paperwork. But the way that the federal government, Michigan, is different than the way that Michigan presents it. So you have to basically go through stuff just to be able to start a bank account to fundraise. But I didn't want to start doing any of that anyway because it's just more paperwork and being I can't start even collecting signatures. Basically, sorry about the rant. I'm just on now because of the breaking news in Venezuela. Um, why Fox? Somebody asked. I just had that. It was the first thing that came up. And then if any from Mega asks, they go, I don't believe that source. I try to use multiple sources. Like, I try to present everything from both sides. I try to present the truth as well as I can. I'm just a computer, you know um and that's what's on there, and like they're the one of the first ones that had breaking news. The information is information. If it's valid information, it's valid information. It's when you start getting into the spin of things, that's when I have a problem with that. So I try to like be unbiased with things that I do, and I'm not perfect, and I try to just find the truth in whatever I do. And, it's just really we're attacking, key infrastructure, airports, power grids, stuff like, and I'm just getting this news like everybody else is. Going on Twitter, searching Google, going on Reuters, Associated Press, things like that, trying to keep up at 3:30 in the morning. Um, you know, so I'm learning as you guys are learning. So, as far as I can tell, it looks like it all like happened like about an hour ago. I'm trying to go off the chat here. Somebody just have they stopped bombing or is it still ongoing? My internet appears to be a little bit slow. Checking the page. But I'm not a huge fan of Twitter. But you got a lot of world posting live to it, so I figure that's a good way to get some current information. But a lot of this stuff seems to have ended about an hour ago. Here, we got one from CNN. Let's watch what CNN has to say because we watched what had to say. I don't know why I'm freezing up. It says my live visibility is restricted for recommendation because retain. Well, I have a web page up. All right, but they want to be picky. Okay.
Explosions in Caracas, Venezuela, after the from the Trump administration of potential military action in that region. We have now have CNN's own teams that have personally witnessed explosions. We're told it's several of them in Caracas, started around 1:50 in the morning local time. That we know that there are certain areas that apparently out power. We want to go.
This is CNN.
Oh yeah, I mean CNN's basically saying the same thing that Fox News said. At this, sure, we're going to learn a lot more when the morning comes, and like either Meg's breath or the White House makes a statement. I'm sure we'll be hearing from Venezuelan media if they can actually get out stuff soon. It's the middle of the night. It looks like this stuff started around 4 to 2 in the morning, as far as I can tell, maybe earlier. What does MSN now say? Cuba. I'm sorry. The chat is like way down in the corner. I have like 3 different mics like lined up here, and I'm running my TikTok chat off of old Logitech cam because I'm having problems linking my S22 Ultra, and then my YouTube live stream. I'm running that off my ZV-10. I think next time I have a cage on my ZV-E10. I can turn it the other way so I don't have to have it in there. I think I will be doing that next time I do this. But just this is just live happening, so I figured I was awake and figured maybe people might want to talk about it. I'm interested. I'm concerned about what's going on. I don't want anybody to die anywhere. I'm like, I don't know, call me a hippie if you want, but I believe in peace and love, man. Like, everybody should be cool to each other, and the country shouldn't be invading other countries because we want. I don't buy the fentanyl thing at all, man. Like, not at all. Uh, we're kind of living in that 1984, 2026 era right now. I was hoping that this year would be better, but it's the third at 3:39 a.m. and it looks like we bombed the crap out of a foreign country because we want to steal their oil and we're gonna like lie about drugs to justify it. It's kind of like the whole um Iraq war thing all over again. They've got weapons of mass destruction, everybody. So we invade their country. Um, but we just wanted the oil, man. That's too bad. And pardon if I'm not like all professional at 3:30 in the morning. Um, I may have had a little bit of adult stuff. It was a Friday night, so but oh Lord, what's happening here? Let's watch this video.
Ay, chamo. Mamá, que pasaron aviones y yo escuché. Ay, mamá, mira otra. Shit. Ay, mamá. Apaga las luces, apaga las luces. Ay, carajo. Carajo. Shit.
All those people just gotta be freaked. Just terrified. Really, who said that?
Mamá,
Well, I hope
tremenda
we didn't do a
explosión.
political assassination. That would be bad.
Sí, mamá.
Like,
Para que
that's why
diga.
Congress, this right here, is why Congress is supposed to be a check and a balance.
No, cuidado con
I
el
don't know why
teléfono.
we don't need a
El teléfono no sé qué
declaration
hace,
of
hace que los
war to
nervios
do
te
something like this. I mean, like, and nobody donate any money, dude. I see that like up on the thing. This is my first time live streaming to TikTok on the computer. I attempted it once on my phone. Nobody donate anything. I'm just letting off some steam at 3:30 on a Saturday morning. So please, 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 button. Um, if I get the whole campaign stuff up running later, next week, and you guys want to chip in $1 or something like that down the line, that's cool, but only if you can afford to, man. Because like, every time I go to the grocery store, man, it's just like it's depressing. Like I have a Myers and I have a Kroger within about a mile of where I live, and it's depressing every time I go. Like I like jerky. Yeah, I'm a carnivore. My jerky that I like has gone where I used to get it on sale at about 3.49. It was like basically like before COVID, it was maybe like 2.99. I'll get it at Walmart or whatever. Sometimes Meyer Kroger would have it on sale. I went today, man. It is 6.29 for a little tiny bag of jerky, dude. And it's like everything is becoming ridiculous. Like 2 bags of chips is like on sale. They're acting like it's on sale now. It's $8. My little my addiction, my Red Mountain Dew that's probably like murdering me. Um, this is ridiculous now. I can barely afford this. I have to like stop drinking Mountain Dew and just go to plain water. And who can afford coffee in 2026? So yeah, when I get the political donation stuff, like only donate to me if you can absolutely afford it because I'm an independent candidate and I'm realistic. Like I have a snowball's chance in hell, but I'm going to give it my all. Lisa McLean, the lady from my district, just making money, man. She's taking APAC donations. it looks a lot. I'm not saying that she's doing anything illegal, but it looks a lot like insider trading, and it looks like she palled up with Kelly Loeffler, and yeah, I mean, you have stock bros following my representative now because she's made so much money since she's gotten to office, and who knows how much money her husband's because she keeps on forgetting to do stock disclosures. She's forgetting that, but she promises not to do it next time. She will be a good girl next time, until she forgets. Me, I bought, I think, $5 in crypto when I was bored when COVID first started. I sold all that about a week ago. I have no stocks. I think I have about $5 in the bank. I'm on disability. I get $1,300 a month. I do side gigs every once in a while. Um, but yeah, I am like a different kind of candidate. I like to research stuff. I'm very diligent. I'm a network engineer by trade. I used to do project proposals, large scale network deployments. I used to do a lot of WiMAX back in the day. Does anybody remember WiMAX? Um, sorry, I'm just going off. It's 3:46 in the morning, and no live streaming experience, so I'm just kind of talking into the microphone. So if I'm super annoying, I totally understand that, but just kind of blowing off some steam, talking about the madness that seems to be going on in Venezuela this morning, and hoping that it's nothing catastrophic. I do not want to see a ground invasion. We do not need to send America's brave soldiers to go die in another war oil. Explosions. Everybody's basically the same thing. Well, the President Nicolas Maduro denounced what he called an imperialist attack. This is 6 minutes ago, so we did not get Maduro. Live updates: U.S. military strikes Caracas, Venezuela says. President Nicolas announced what he called an imperialist attack after explosions were heard at a military base in the Venezuela capital. The Trump administration has been building pressure on Mr. Maduro for months. Eyewitnesses say the explosion in Caracas has eased, but there are still frequent noise from the military planes over the city. We are unsure where Maduro is at the moment, but at least people in his inner circle appear safe, according to two people who have spoken to them. So it looks like we just kind of hit key military infrastructure today, or maybe what the Trump administration was going drug facilities, which I don't buy at all. But I'm sure we'll be finding out more and more as the day goes on. Let's see if anybody's posting anything new on Twitter. Oh, really? We got a helicopter? Oh, I guess that was kind of hard to see. I mean, those don't look very accurate to me. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Really not much new. People are so wonderful on social media, just like the comments, like here everybody's cool. On TikTok, especially, like most people are really nice. You get once in a while you get the brain worn person, but like most of my experience on TikTok is so far really positive. You guys are like uh really positive group of people, and that because there's way too much negativity in the world. Um, it's like just crazy. The different audiences, but like the people you come across, depending on what app you're on, um, like Twitter or X. People, it reminds me of high school. I went to high school in the mid '90s. It was the art of the burn age. Uh, we're pretty much dicks to each other nonstop. The only way you could get a laugh was to be quick and to be absolutely ruthless when I was in high school. And I went to a Lutheran high school. All 4 years, I went to a school called Lutheran High North. It was a uh, Lutheran Missouri Synod Church. Like basically a cult, man. Like they were young Earth creationists. When I started at Lutheran schools in sixth grade, um, my Pastor Lutz, he taught Bible class. Um, every morning, the first hour of school was Bible class, and every year, like even through high school, we would like basically start at Genesis and end in the spring. Yeah, and the first week of school, like I'm like nervous as hell. I'm like from public school, and I get shoved in this private school environment, and we're talking about Genesis. And the pastor tells us that the earth is about 6,500 years old. So little me, I'm like, raise my hand. Oh no, the dinosaurs existed about 244 million years ago. And that dude came up to us, man. He grabbed the hold, I was at my little like sixth grade desk, and he leaned over it and like looked me right in the eye. And Jason, Satan buried those dinosaur bones to like trick me personally. That's what this like guy my age now, like he's probably in his mid 40s, was telling 13, 12-year-old me. In one moment I had an epiphany. I'm an atheist. I discovered that adults could be idiots and adults could either lie or be full all in one moment. It was a pretty revolutionary moment in my life. And being in that until I graduated high school was a bunch of fun. But I think that's what makes me kind of a unique type of candidate to run for office, especially in today's environment with Christianity, because even though I'm not a Christian, I know exactly how it works, man. 'Cause I was raised in that stuff. I'm like, Missouri Synod back in the '90s, that was like straight up cult stuff. But we were taught like I had an excellent education. When I went to college, everything was basically review. So we had a class like basically every year in high school, and it was like cults and other religions, and every year was like another variation of it. But like one semester was basically how like Catholicism insane, and then like another semester was like how like all the other things that didn't follow Luther to the T were like false like ways, and then like everything else that didn't believe in Jesus, that those were the cult. Um, but like yeah, they taught Mormons were like basically like devil worshippers, like Catholicism, the Catholics were going to hell and all that. But then we're also taught about like the fake patriots that would wear the cross as a flag. And like what's weird is like I live in earshot of where I went to high school. Like seriously, like I could like walk to where I went to high school in about like 10 minutes. And during the football games, they've gone full MAGA, man. They went from like talking about stuff like this to like being stuff like this. And the scary kids that I went to school with, like one in my grade and a couple like a year older than me or a couple years younger, they're at the school now. And so it went like from like fundamentalist, like crazy batshit, like uh so extreme Lutheranism, it's like I don't even know if it exists anymore because I haven't really gone to church since I was like 19 years old. But yeah, I mean, like they taught us things that like they would teach us. Like we would take like I took like AP And they would literally teach us that the secular world was lying to us, but we needed to know this stuff so we could function. It was bad shit going there, but I did get a good education. I mean, it was a double-edged sword. So not everything bad about Lutheran schools. I never dated any chicks from there. I always dated public school chicks or Catholic girls, chicks. Regina, you girls rocked. Thank you. And yeah, but I graduated high school with 8 kids. I had kind of a unique, weird Christian upbringing, and the weird thing is my parents weren't their place to send us to school. So, and I don't know why my TikTok froze, or not my TikTok, my YouTube.